Hello everyone, we're back again, and what we're doing today is we're completing a temporary admission permit E29B. Now this document is rarely used. As I said before, it has a high PETA factor, and we all know what that means. But we're going to complete it with you just to make sure you know how to do it. We're going to use the example that was in class with a small adjustment. The example that was in class had the importer as a resident importer, whereas the situation that we had in place for this particular E29B was really only for a non-resident importer. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by filling out the importer first. Now on this particular example, we have the importer as this DFC automotive testing range, but in reality, it is the non-resident importer, which is usually the exporter. So this particular case, it would be Sterling, Cooper, Draper, and Price, who are 45 Madison Avenue, New York, USA 25855, and we also need their phone number. So their phone number is going to be listed as well. In case Customs has to contact them because they didn't cancel the temporary entry or they have some questions about it. The agent is the name of the customs broker, and we know it's always Seneca Customs Brokers, 1750 Finch Avenue, and we require the phone number as well in this particular case. So we just put in, first of all, we'll put in the postal code. These documents are quite easy to complete. It's basically what you're doing is you're doing a B3, but you're doing it in a little bit different format. All the fields are the same. So we'll put the phone number of this particular customs brokerage, and then we're going to put the destination in Canada, where the goods are going to be sent to in Canada, and that is the consignee on the Canada Customs Invoice, which is DFC automotive testing range, which is 45 Red Line Highway in Cochrane, Ontario. So this particular item is going to Northern Ontario to be tested for cold weather suitability. And they want the phone number there as well. Now, the use in Canada, the article is for testing. So we tell them that it's being used to put a test on, testing to see if it's suitable for use in cold weather. And the authority we looked up in D811 said that articles for testing are allowed entry as long as it's by a non-resident importer and as long as it is done on E29B, which we're doing. And the authorization they gave us is 17-089Z1663, so we put that down. Expiry date, it's going to be here for 2 months, so it's 2107-0331. It isn't extended yet, but we do have a cargo control number. If the item gets extended to be here in Canada longer, we have to apply for that, and then we will put the extension date on here. GST was not collected on any transaction. So before we go down here to the refund part, we're going to go over here to field 7A and start to complete the equivalent of the B3 lines. So we have one item. Its gross weight is, I believe, was 4,200 kgm, and its net weight is 4,000 kgm. The item is a Lexus automobile. We get the classification number. A small mistake here. The value for duty, meaning we've already taken the US value and changed it to Canadian, is 62,500. Tariff treatment is 2, most favored nation. The rate of customs duty is 6.1%. So therefore, we take the 6.1% times 62,500, and we come up with 3812.50. There's no excise tax. The value for tax are these two added together. So it's 66,312.50, and then we have GST 5% times that, which comes to 33315.63. I'm going to put the decimals in here, just makes it a little bit clearer when you see the numbers. Okay, now we have no other items here. We've calculated the duty, we've calculated the value for duty, we've calculated the duty, we've calculated the value for tax, and calculated the GST. So now we need to put the totals down here. So the total duty is 3812.5, total excise tax is 0, and total GST is 3315.63. We are the agent, so check that box. Okay. And then we have to tell them who to make the refund check to. Well, because we're the customs broker, we're going to put our name in here. So if there is any money to be refunded, it's refunded to us and we will forward it to the importer. There's no deposit. There's going to be a deposit required, obviously, and the amount of the deposit is the duties plus the GST, which is 3812.50 plus 3315.63. So it's 7128.13 in Canadian dollars. We are going to put it on our customs broker's temporary entry bond, which is 222-888. And which means that we've done everything. That's all we need to do. We've calculated the, we've said who the importer is, who we are, where the goods are going, what they're being used for, the authority that allows us to use the E29B. We have the expiry date, a little mistake there, expiry date, we have the cargo control number. We've told them it's one piece, the gross and net weight, what the item is, HS classification, value for duty, tariff treatment, rate of customs duties, rate, value for tax, and GST. Put the total, extended the totals down here. We've told them that we're the agent and that we would like to be the person who receives any refund that happens to be coming. There is no refund coming because we have taken the money and we've put it, the duty and the GST, onto our bond, and we've told customs, please put the amount onto our bond, and then once this good is exported at the end of, before the end of March, they will cancel the $7,128.13 off of our customs bond, and that is how we complete an E29B